Hi, it's Tristan here again, and today we have a very rare, very dangerous and very beautiful guest. This is the Gaboon Adder, Bitis gabonica. Now there are two variants of Gaboon Adder. There is the West African Gaboon Adder and there is the Southern African Gaboon Adder. Now the difference between the two is visible on the head. If I can just try and maneuver his head so that you can get a better look at him. Just carefully turning his head. So if you look underneath the eye, there is a teardrop coming down from the eye towards the bottom lip. And there are two black triangles on each side of that teardrop, there and there. Now that is the biggest physical difference between the two species, so that we know what we're looking at here is a Southern African Gaboon Adder. And now that'll make sense because we are in the beautiful Hondi Valley near the Aberfoyle estate, and we rescued this guy from one of the locals who had caught him and who had put him in a pit ready to sell him to the large trade surrounding these rare African snakes. And you can see, I mean, look at this guy, he is absolutely beautiful. He's got this beautiful coloration. Now if I were to cover him with leaves, even with all these patterns, you would have thought he was going to be very visible, but no, these patterns make him blend seamlessly into the surrounding leaf litter. Now this is quite a large one. It's pushing 1.2 meters, which is about the maximum our Southern African gaboons get. And this is a female, because if I just show you the tail here we can see that you can get the fat body and then the tail quickly tapers off. Now this is common in all adders and all viviparous snakes. That means they give birth to live young. So you get oviparous and viviparous. All adders and vipers are viviparous, so they give birth to live young. And this big female, she doesn't look pregnant. She'll be a lot fatter than this, believe it or not. So she's either just bred or she hasn't bred this year. Right, now what I'm going to try and do for you guys is lift her up, so you can get a better view. Now, with adders, you can lift them up with relative ease compared to other snakes because of their slow moving speed. However, the position it's in right now is not good at all for picking it up. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and maneuver it so that it's in some sort of straight line. So the head is first of all not in this S-coil and quite far from the tail, which is where I'll be placing my hand. Alright, there we go. Now I've got him. The head is immobilized. It can't strike me. It's too far from my hand. Just keep him calm. Now you see that tongue flickering. And if you look really closely, it's actually pink towards the mouth, which is really fascinating. I mean, throughout the snake you look, it's just beauty and danger in a toxic mix. So this snake takes a few gold medals in the snake kingdom. So first of all, which is its biggest apparatus, is it contains the longest fangs of any snake on the planet, up to 5 centimeters long in certain individuals. Now that is big enough to go to the bone in some areas of your limbs. Not only that, but it has the biggest venom glands of any snake and can deliver up to 5 mils of potent cytotoxic venom. Now, cytotoxic venom is cell and tissue destroying. So if it were to bite you, you'll develop necrosis and eventually gangrene. Now, another interesting thing about these snakes is it's got two horns on the tip of the nose. Now these are quite hard to see from this camera. Now in certain individuals these horns are larger, and these horns, no scientists have figured out what they're used for. They're just hard scales that seem to have developed on the tips of the nose. Now we'll see if I can shimmy him into the bush here for his release. Look at that caterpillar movement, classic of all adders. They move in a straight line, they pull the muscles forward, and their ventral scales hook onto the ground, and it pulls the snake forward. So it's not like a serpentine movement like other snakes. And you see he's already starting to blend in to the surrounding bush. And there he goes, just in time, because the rain is starting to fall. I hope you enjoyed that close encounter with a Gaboon Adder, and hopefully we'll see you soon.